Well, good day, Miller Family Farm Channel. I am really excited. Today we're going to be working on our brand new purchase of a 2021 Honda Talon 1000 X4 Fox Live Valve, which is just an outrageous machine. So today we're going to be installing a bed extender. The only problem with these beautiful Talon machines is they don't have much cargo area in order to carry everything that you go camping with. So these are great for cross-country trips and interstate trips and all that type of thing. But the problem is that the cargo area is so crazy small. So in a minute we're going to measure the cargo area and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing we're going to do is a bed extender. And I looked at all different kinds of bed extenders, and below are the links for all the different bed extenders I could find. And I ended up buying a Moose, and right here. The reason I bought this Moose is because you see how small these holes are. So if you want to pile stuff on top of that, you could strap it down. And the other reason is that these holes are probably only about an inch apart, and all the other tube bed extenders just have like tube welding with big holes right here where stuff could fall out as you go down the trail. So I didn't know how big my stuff was going to be that I'm storing in here, but I knew some of it's got to be, smaller than 6 inches wide. And if you just bought the tube construction, that even though it's probably built, a little better, is that you're probably going to lose all the stuff you're trying to keep in your bed. So I really like this Moose design because I could use these holes to strap stuff down and just pile it on top. My small stuff will not fall out. This is probably only 1.5 inches wide by 2 inches. So just about everything you put back there will stay put as you go across these crazy trails. So that's the reason I ended up on this. But there are other really great designs that a lot of people use, and all the links will be below. We are the dealer on some of these, and we can give you great deals. Just send us an email with the bed extender you want, and we'll send you back an invoice with a price that you probably won't find anywhere. So this is a really simple install. I mean, really, that's the parts bag. 4 bolts with 2 neoprene washers. And that's the instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says the tailgate will attach as shown in pictures to slide and to the sides and on the bottom. Remove the side screws and the 2 outside bottom screws. Place tailgate in position and attach using the hardware provided. Bottom portion of the tailgate will get the neoprene washers between the bed and the tailgate. So between the bed and the tailgate that we're installing, align all 4 screws and tighten. That's it. That's as simple as this is. So really one of the first mods you should do is really just, installing this bed extender so you can get some cargo in this thing. You need tents and cooking ware and food and, your get stuck bag or get out of being stuck bag, and you name it. So the first thing I would say is get your bed extender, your first mod. We're going to be doing a bunch of different mods on this build over the next several weeks, and we'll tell you all the different mods we're going to do and do videos of those. So without any further ado, let's get this thing installed. It probably should only take 5 minutes or less. And I would say the mechanical skill 0 to 10 is probably a 1. If you could turn a screw, you can install this mod. So don't go to your dealer and pay whatever you pay at dealers to have bed extenders put on. You can do this. Okay, let's get started. Ian's going to be giving me a hand today on installing this while I take video. So we'll be introducing Ian in just a moment. Oh, by the way, just so you know, it takes over on this job, probably 2 hours of research on the different kinds of bed extenders, 1 hour of videotaping and creating the script, 2 hours of editing so that we can come up with a 15-minute video. So literally 4 to 5 hours just to put up this 15-minute video on YouTube, and we get paid nothing until we hit 1,000 subscribers. And then the payment is not much, but please, it means all the difference to us if you just click on subscribe, notify, and like. All 3 of those, subscribe, notify, and like. It makes a huge difference for us. And once we get to 1,000, they don't pay you a lot. more, you know, when you get by 10,000, you can start to make a little bit of money, but at least help us out and get us to our challenge of 1,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. And we thank you. We thank you and welcome you to the Miller Family Farm Channel. Okay, let's get this thing installed. There's a lot of great bed extenders. I just bought Moose because, again, of the small little holes in this. Some of the other ones have tubing that have gigantic, like 6-inch holes, where I think stuff, if you're trying to store it, would be falling out as you go bouncing down the trail. So that's the reason I chose this one. But everybody, I'd say 80% of everybody, loves the Super ATV, and I forgot the other one, but I'll put them down below, all three of them, and you choose the one you like. But these are simple to install. Tell us, Ian.
Easy. Four bolts.
Easy. 4 bolts. And you want to point out where these bolts go?
So you've got your side mounts and your bottom.
So you take out the factories.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these neoprene washers in.
Wait, hold that up, because what is a neoprene washer?
It's just a washer. It'll go in
like
between.
It's rubber, though. It's not
yeah, it's
like
a rubber. Yeah, rubber washer.
Yep. And I think they do that, Ian, for what? Just to stop the rattling? Because what everybody complains about in these Honda Talons is everything rattles, and it just drives you crazy when you get 17 things rattling. So the neoprene, I think, is just to stop the rattling.
It should help, yes. And then we go back in and get everything started by hand.
Yeah.
Before you tighten anything.
And you really, I heard a lot of people, and even you say this before, Ian, you only use like torque wrenches or torque or like screw guns and all that to remove stuff, but not to install it, right?
Yeah, you don't want to over torque it unless you've got a nice variable speed or something. But yeah, the best way to do it is just put it back on by hand, because you can't overdo it, and then when you go to take it off, it's a mess. You can strip it or cross thread, so that's just a problem you don't want to have in the future. If you end up having to disassemble, you want to be able to do it easily.
And while we're chatting, I just want you guys to notice how quickly these get installed. And again, Ian, I think I won't be overstepping. Like mechanical skills from 0 to 10, this is a 1.
Yeah, this is another fun little
what's
project.
the only tool you need? What do you got there?
You can have 2 different size Allen wrenches.
2 different size Allen wrenches?
One's a little bit bigger, takes the OE bolts out. And then this one's for the aftermarket that came with the kit.
And by the way, guys, put all of your OEM bolts in like a Ziploc bag and save them, because there's the same size OEM bolts all over that bed, as I'll show you in a minute. So if you lose one, you don't have to call up Honda and say, hey, do you have the OEM bolts that go in the bed?
And then after we get this in, there's a little bit of adjustment we can do.
I think as much room as possible.
Yeah, and then we will set our box back in and
reattach
it, and we'll be good to go and get out and play. So we'll show you the finished product.
Awesome. I can't believe how easy it was just to install that Moose tailgate. And I think they're all like that, aren't they, Ian? Like the Super ATV tailgates or bed extenders?
I think it's all pretty much the same concept. It was easy to do, and now got the box in. You want to do the tailgate extender first, because you really can't get to the inner bolts here too easy. So we did
the side bolts. So he did the bed extender first, and then he put the box in. Then he did the side bolts, and now we're just going to finish it up with attaching the front bolts, or rear bolts, I guess. That is incredible. What do we got? I think this is like 12 inches in here, isn't it? I think the other tailgate that they were talking about was 8.5 inches is all they had to store extra stuff in here.
Definitely have good space. Maybe put a net or something back here where you can clip some stuff on with some carabiner.
We're going to put, one of the things we're going to do on this ride is put a spare tire rack up here. And on the bottom side, I think it has a jack. So.
Oh, nice.
So we'll get some prices on tires, and we'll get 5 tires, and then we'll put that on, because, one of the things that always happens is when you're out, rock crawling and doing all that crap is, flat tires. Like, that is just part of the business.
Or when you jump it and land on something.
Yeah. I landed on a lot of things already with this. What do you think? How'd it turn out?
It's a good looking setup.
It is freaking awesome, isn't it?
So I'm digging it.
And there she is, the completed footage. That's the bed extender and the, what do we call that thing? A cargo trunk?
Sure.
Sure, that's it. And the Moose bed extender, and again, we'll have all of the parts down below. We want to thank Mr. Ian for being an amazing fabricator mechanic, and please, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but until we get 1,000 subscribers, we don't get paid a penny from YouTube. So help us out and subscribe. Hit the like button too. Everybody does one thing or the other, but when you subscribe, hit the like button and leave a comment. It really helps us a lot. So we love doing these videos. They take hours on top of hours to put just one simple 30-minute video together that shows this, and we don't mind giving you hours and hours of our time, but you can thank us by joining our family, Miller Family Farm Trust family, and clicking the button now and the like button, and leave a comment if you love our work or if you want to make a suggestion for the rest of our family. All right, thank you.
Thank you.